Okay, no slow-mo.
Oh gosh.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, good morning.
Buddy and Stephanie here from the Denman Homestead. Full disclosure, we've already filmed this video.
We did. This is round 2.
So our morning started with us wanting to come out and make a video, the one that you're about to see right now. Recorded the entire thing in slow-mo on accident.
And there's no way to undo it.
No, you can't un-slow-mo it because it doesn't.
You can't speed it up?
You can, but in slow-mo mode it records no sound. So, very unfortunate. And then after that we found out, oh my gosh, the post office is about to close and we've got packages that got to be shipped out, so we rushed.
Man, we sprinted.
Ran, grabbed all the packages, took off to the post office, got everything delivered before they closed so that Etsy store stuff can get shipped out. Came back, I sat down to get the video ready, and here we are again. So, yes.
But it was such an important video.
Yeah.
We didn't want to not do it again.
No, we're going to record it again. You want to let them know what's happening after or at the end of the video?
So hang around till the end of the video, because if you were watching our Facebook Live last week, we talked about how we were so excited that we reached 20,000 subscribers, and we were going to give away to one lucky winner who commented on the next day's video. We ran it for 24 hours, and we picked the winner. So
yeah, and I actually just went and replied to that winning comment right before we sat down to record this because I thought the video was about to be out. So I did reply to it already.
Yeah, so find out the winner at the end of this video. We're going to release the name, and and please, thank you so much for all of your love and support. Continue to like, share, and subscribe, because the more subscribers that we have, all the milestones that we reach, the more giveaways we're going to do. So,
for sure.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So today's video.
Let's go through the timeline of recent events here.
Yeah.
The other night, my mom comes over to the house, and she's telling me that my grandmother, Gigi, is panicking because she can't get into her Facebook. She thinks she was hacked. She's worried. She's freaking out about it. So I call G, I try and get an idea of what's going on, and it becomes apparent pretty quickly that I just need to go down there. I mean, it was probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, but I just decided I was going to go down there and try and help her out because she was very upset. She was crying. Pawpaw was trying to help her, but Pawpaw didn't really understand what was going on either. So,
and it wasn't just because her Facebook got hacked. She was genuinely concerned.
Yeah.
For her brother.
Her brother, yeah. Okay, so I drive down there and I figured out what happened. And that's going to be, I want to talk to you in this video about ways that you can protect yourself from this. Because my full-time job, I work in IT for a school district, and one of the things that I do every year is I go to every single campus in our district. I get all the staff members together inside of the library, cafeteria, wherever it may be, and I just give a presentation on what to look for on the internet, how to be safe, keep yourself safe from phishing, spam, scam, hackers, all that kind of stuff. Just things that you can do not only at work, but in their personal lives and things like that. So you can imagine how I felt, because that's one of the things that I do for a living, and then my grandmother has this happen to her. So
yeah,
Gigi, yeah, it was rough. So I get down there and I'm talking to G, and I'm asking her about what happened. So it started with a link, and we all received this link because G's brother Richard, who lives in the Philippines, his account was hacked, but no one knew this at the time, and all of a sudden all of us in the family started receiving these links saying, hey, click this link, help me out, something. We knew right away it was a scam. I think Steph even got on our family messenger and said, don't click that link, that's a scam. G ended up clicking it, and after she clicked it and she found out that something was wrong, you know, she didn't go any further, but it was far enough for her to get to a place where she was supposed to log into Facebook. So she put her username and password to Facebook in there, and that was like as far as it went, because at that point the hacker already had her account information. That was all they needed, was someone to click the account, log into a fake Facebook page so that their username and password could be recorded. Now they've got it. Now, the easiest thing that you can do, the easiest thing, and especially if it's an important account, is to add two-step verification to your account so that you get a code text to you to put that code in before you can log in. So I asked her, do you have this? Yes, she had it. So I thought, okay, if she's got two-step verification, how did this happen? So she goes more into the story. She gets a message on Messenger from Uncle Rick to her. This is Uncle Rick's hacked account.
Uncle Rick.
Right. And it says, hey, I'm trying to get into my account. I'm having some issues because my phone is not working. I'm just going to have them text you the code that I need to log in. So G replies and says, okay, no problem. Code pops up on G's cell phone. It's the code to log in to G's account because she did have two-step verification on. G thinks this is the code Richard's looking for, so she sends the code. Hacker gets the code, gets into G's account. Once into G's account, the first thing the hacker does is it goes and changes the password to a PIN number. Puts that on there. In order to make that change, it has to send another code to make sure that this is G doing it. Hacker on Uncle Rick's account sends another message. Hey, that one didn't work. Can you send me the next code you get? And G's asking questions a couple of times, like, what is this for? I don't understand. And the responses are like, just send the code, please. Like, you know, they're a lot of these times the hacker's very impatient. They just want to try and get whatever they can as quick as they can because they're doing this to thousands of people in a day.
Yeah.
So G says, okay, fine, sends the other code. Now the PIN is on there, and he changes the email address. The hacker changes the email address and the phone number tied to the account. At that point, G is completely locked out of her account.
Yeah.
Cannot do anything with it. And it gets a little scarier from there because G's PayPal was tied to her Facebook account. And all of a sudden we see a charge come through. Now this is what's called a test charge. They'll send $1 or $5 or something small just to make sure it's going to work and that they can get the account, the money, to where they want. And that came across on her bank, and luckily we were able to get onto her bank account and block all future charges from Facebook, PayPal, all of that stuff. We were able to just block it all right then. Could have been way worse. Could have been much, much worse. So at that point, G has now blocked all transactions from her bank to PayPal, Facebook, any of that, and she can't get in at all. There's nothing tied to her account. She can't even get on to Facebook support to try and get help, which, if you don't know, their Facebook support is kind of a joke.
It's
not
garbage.
It's not really support. It's just a couple of
automated. Here's a link to a frequently asked questions page.
I sat down for 2 hours that night trying to help her get back into her account, and the most garbage thing about it that makes zero sense is that in order to get any type of help, you have to log into your Facebook. And if you can't get into your Facebook, then you can't get any kind of help. And at that point, you're making a new Facebook account, trying to convince Facebook that your old account is yours and all of that stuff, which me and G started the process of that. Who knows where it's going to go, but it very, very, very frustrating. And you want to talk about one of the incidents that happened with you and on real estate?
Yeah, so I mean, Luna.
Luna's chasing one of my mom's wildcats.
Good girl, Luna, come here. Luna, come back. Here she comes. So, aside from, so if you don't know what two-step verification is, or if you don't know if you have it turned on, a simple Google search to any platform, like, how do I turn on two-step verification for my Facebook page? How do I turn on two-step verification for PayPal? How do I turn on two-step verification for my Gmail account? Just Google that, and a document or a video will show you step-by-step instructions on how to turn on two-step verification. So it's not just you entering your username and password. It's when you log on to something or an unknown device, it's entering your username, password, and then a text message is sent to your phone, or a phone call is sent to you, so that you can do a second step verification process. So if you don't know about two-step, just Google it and make sure that you do have it turned on.
Not the Texas two-step, technology two-step.
Right. So some other instances for scams that I've personally had to deal with is, as a real estate agent, my number's everywhere, and hackers will use my own number, called spoofing, and act like they're me and send text messages to my agents saying, hey, it's Stephanie, I'm in a meeting right now, I can't talk, can you please run to the store and grab me a few gift cards for my clients and just send me the back information of the gift card and I'll repay you. I can't leave this meeting at this time, blah, 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 it's urgent. And we have had agents fall for that and actually take a picture of the back of the card, this Visa $300 gift card, and send it over to this person they thought was me and lose out on $300. Because it's something called spoofing, where it's a program where they will input a fake, they'll act like it's your number, and when they call or text, it comes across as that person's actual number, but it's actually being sent to a completely different number. So do you want to talk about how to verify if that's truly the right person that's texting you?
Yeah, so the main way to do it is just to call that person. Yeah. Just pick up your phone and call that person, not with Messenger, but with their actual cell phone number, yeah, and just ask them, did you send me this? Did you ask me to do this? It's better safe than sorry, guys. Yeah. Even if you think you might be bothering someone, like, hey, I just want to double check. In this day and age, calling someone and double checking, doing a little bit more due diligence before you go buy 300 gift cards or whatever, is you don't have to feel bad about that, right? That's something that you should be doing.
And even if they said, I'm in a meeting, I can't take a call right now, then you can just easily say, all right, well, call me when you're out of the meeting. And, yeah, they'll probably press you and say, no, I need it now, blah, blah. No, you don't. And they'll move on to the next person and try another person who will fall for it eventually, I'm sure. But those are just some of the scams. Now, with technology, the way it is, if you were to pick up a phone, or if you get a phone call from a number with an actual voice of the person who sounds like the person, there is additional technology where they can change their voice to sound like the person that they're supposed to be posing as.
Yeah, there is artificial intelligence, voice AI, essentially, where you can take a software program that, or even a website these days, and you can just dump a whole bunch of recordings of a person talking into it, and the more you dump into it, the more it can perfect that voice, and then when it's done, you can just type whatever you want on a keyboard, and it's going to come out in that person's voice, whoever you're trying to recreate through artificial intelligence.
It's very scary.
It is scary, and that's kind of the thing that's happening now with Facebook. So let's continue this story a little bit with what happened to G, because it gets a little crazier. So my mom, after all of that with G, trying to get her set up, my mom, and I happened to be standing right next to her, Steph and I, she said, oh man, okay, this person who hacked Uncle Rick's account is calling me now on Facebook Messenger. So I said,
Uncle Rick.
From Uncle Rick's account, right? So I said, give me the phone. So I answered it and I said, who is this? And I was kind of like very abrupt with them on the phone, like, tell me who this is right now. And I think I caught them off guard, but the response was, kind of Rick's voice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't great. It was not like a perfect recreation. It was almost like if Uncle Rick was really, really tired or just woke up, kind of is like what it was sounding like. But I definitely caught them off guard. What do you want? Who are you? Why are you calling me from this account? Who are you? All this stuff. Because they thought whoever was going to answer the phone was going to say, hey, Uncle Rick, how's it going? Hi, how are you doing? Things like that. They didn't expect me to call and just start like, like grilling them over the phone, like who this is. So they're like stumbling around. This is just a person typing, hello, hello, like trying to make it come out in Rick's voice. And then eventually they just hung up.
Yeah.
So just talking to someone through Facebook Messenger or through an online messenger app that can be hacked like that is not enough. That's why I think, that's why I say the safest thing that you can do, because people's voices can be recreated now, safest thing that you can do is just pick up the phone and call on a cell phone, not on a messenger app. Call that number directly.
Even if the number that they call you on your cell phone, not from Messenger, on a regular call comes across as your best friend or your mom or your dad, it shows that it's them, right? You answer it, they sound a little off, a little weird, so they're just not themselves. Hang up the phone and call that person, call the actual person's number right back, because it's not going to go to that hacker. It's going to go to the actual person. The hacker that called you just has a facade, like a fake, it's just coming over as a number, but it's not actually the number. So when you call the actual person back, it's actually going to go to your friend. It's actually going to go to your mom. And you can say, hey, did you just call me and ask me, I know it sounds weird, but did you call me and ask me to send you something? Send a link over, and they'll be like, no, what are you talking about? And that's how you know it was a scam, spoofed number. So
that is phone number spoofing. That is so rampant today, guys, that there's nothing you can do it. So I work in IT, right? Our school district's number will get spoofed a lot, and I'll have people calling me and telling me like, hey, someone called from your building or from your high school, and it was not who they were. They were trying to sell something. They were trying to get information for something. And I'll contact AT&T, which is our phone company. I'll contact AT&T directly and tell them, hey, our school district's number, because I have people that I can contact in the company, and they'll flat out tell you, like, it's every day. We're getting thousands and thousands of them a minute. I mean, what are they supposed to do about it? If they don't have the manpower to track every single time this number is spoofed. So it is on us as the consumer, as the person, whoever, it's on us to try and double check and triple check that we're actually talking to who we think we're talking to.
Yeah.
And like Steph was saying, a phone spoof is not it's not taking over that number. If you call the person back that you think called you, you're going to get that person. All it is making the phone number look like something else when they call. So here's an example. If I download, and you can do this on an app, it's so easy today. If I download a phone spoofing app, I pull out my phone, I open up the app, it's going to say, what do you want your number to look like? So I put in Stephanie's number. And I put it in. I said I want it to look like Stephanie's number. So I put her number in. And then I call my mom. My mom's going to pick up the phone. When she gets her phone, it's going to say Stephanie's calling her. And I'll say, hey, give me some money. I don't know. And she'll be like, oh, this is not Stephanie. Or whatever it may be. And I could even like text from Stephanie's number. And all my mom has to do is hang up the phone or don't reply to the text, whatever it is, and call Stephanie back. And it's going to go straight to her. It's not going to go to me.
My real number.
Yeah, because my number is not Steph's number. I just made my number look like Steph's number.
Right.
So that's why it is super, super important to just double and triple check. Call the person back.
And it doesn't stop at numbers or app or cell phones. So I'll give you an example, another real estate example. Real life happens all the time where people's life savings disappear in an instant. This is not $300 gift card. This is not, I'm going to hack into your Facebook. This is life savings. So have many times this has happened to me. So hackers will pay attention to the real estate market. They'll see that a house just went under contract. They'll do some math in their head. They'll know a house normally closes in about 30 to 45 days. So around that 30-day mark, they will send the agent an email coming from the title company. A title company that they've researched that maybe you do a lot of business with or whatever it may be. A title company in the area, but they'll send you an email posing as the title company saying, we're getting close to closing. Send this email to your buyers. Here's our routing number and our wire instructions. They need to go ahead and wire the money prior to closing so that we have all the money ready to go and we have a smooth closing transaction. And it is true. When you close on a house, title company likes to have the money in their escrow account a day or two prior to closing so that it's a smooth transaction. We're not waiting on banks to clear things, especially when it's at the end of the month and it's busy or on a holiday or anything like that. So title companies do want you to transfer to their account a couple days prior to closing. So it all seems legit, right? You get this email from this title company saying, hey, we're getting ready to close. Go ahead and wire all your funds. We'll have it ready on the day of closing. Smooth transaction. Great. I received one of those emails from a title company I was doing business with, and they said, hey, we need you to go ahead and send this to your client, have your client wire over their funds for closing.
This is scary, y'all.
And it almost got me. But there was a couple things that were off because it had the title company's name, it had the signature line, it had her picture, it had everything that looked normal. But I noticed from the email, it said such and such title company escrow officer at whatever .corn. Not .com, but .corn. And the R and the N together looked like an M if you just were to
just glance at it.
So that wasn't my telltale sign, but the more I dug, that's when I found out it was from a scammer's email. But what triggered it for me was that the email came across after hours, and it could have been on a weekend or something like that when I knew that the title company wasn't open. So people from across the world, they may not put together our timelines and our business hours and things like that. So sometimes they trip up in that way where we'll receive an email from a title company at 8 p.m. and maybe they thought it was 8 a.m. I don't know. But that was a red flag for me. And so I kind of looked a little bit more into the email, and that's when I noticed it came from a .corn instead of a .com. And that could have easily been sent over to my client, and they would have wired their money somewhere and never gotten it back.
Imagine that. Imagine sitting down to close on your house, your dream home, whatever, your land, and the title company says, well, we still need the funding.
And they're like, what are you talking about? We sent it.
We sent all the funding. No, we never received the funding.
Yeah.
And then you come to find out you sent the funding to Russia or India or something.
Yeah.
Like,
it happens all the time. It happens so much now that, we have to have our clients sign wire fraud disclosure notices. This is be careful about. And what's horrible about that too is that a stack of closing documents now is 2 inches thick. So for someone to sit down and read each individual document, not many people do that. So even though the wire fraud disclosure is in there, still people just kind of like, okay, I want this house.
right.
But until stuff like this happens to other people and it's brought to, the light, it's just something that you don't really think will happen to you, but it happens all the time.
Yep. I mean, I do it for a living, and
Yeah.
it happened to Gigi. So, it's very scary. People lose everything. People
Yeah.
will lose everything. And they're just one of 500 to 1,000 people that person's going to hit that day to try and get whatever they can.
Right.
And maybe they get $1, like in G's case, they got $1 as their test payment. Maybe they get $20,000, every single dollar someone has in their bank account. And not only have you disrupted that person's life, but now you've taken every single thing they have.
Right.
And all because they may have made you panic or worry or stressed you and said, send it now, send it now, send it now. They play these mind games with you to try and make it seem so urgent that you have to do it, because then that part of your brain that thinks critically, it turns off. And that's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's like fight or flight. It's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
right away. I'll get it to you right away.
Very scary, guys. If you take anything away from this little chat with us this morning, just turn two-step verification on everything that's important to you. Even if it's not important to you, just turn it on. Just be safe. Use different passwords. Try not to use the same exact password for every single account that you have. I know it's not always easy, but use different passwords. I have a little technique I use of making passwords, and maybe I'll do a video on that at some point. A way to kind of easily remember and make good passwords.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
But then another big one, guys, is just
pick up the phone.
If you're not sure, pick up the phone. Don't call them on Messenger. Don't Facebook message them or WhatsApp or whatever. Pick up your phone, your cell phone, and call their cell phone and just say, I'm just double checking, did you send me this? If
Same goes for the title company email. Pick up the phone, call the actual title company that you know you've been working with for the last 30 days.
Yeah.
Go online, find their business number, call it and say, hey, I just want to verify that this email you sent me to wire you funds is legit. Verify their routing and their account numbers. Do all of that due diligence. It takes 5 minutes to save you a lifetime of hurt.
Yeah. Okay, let's swap to something good.
Oh yeah, good things.
All right, so, Steph, go ahead. Let us know what went down.
Our drum roll, please, for our winner.
You gonna do something? Okay, hold on. Pause the drum roll, I gotta set it up real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right, in the last live, we talked about how we hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. You guys are so amazing. We're almost at 21,000 now already. It hasn't even been a week, but man, you guys are amazing.
Rocking and rolling.
So, at every chunk, 10,000 and now 20,000, we want to do a give back. We want to pick one of you lucky subscribers and send you something awesome. This time it's going to be a package of the Denman Homestead products, all the stuff that Steph's been making. And what we did was we asked you to comment on one of our videos. At 24 hours, we didn't turn off comments, but I stopped taking names and I put them all into a random picker. And I only, if you commented 20 times, you only got put in there once. I didn't take any duplicates, but I ran a little spinner and we got a name for you. Now you can drum roll. And the winner is of the 20K subscriber Denman Homestead giveaway, Deborah Garner.
Yay, Deborah!
Good job, Deborah. You commented perfectly.
What was her comment?
All right, she said, 20K, congratulations. It's a big deal, and loofah on the clotheslines is so neat. That was Deborah's comment.
Thank you, Deborah.
Congratulations,
Thank you to
Deborah.
everyone who commented and participated. Don't give up hope, because we have got more of those coming in the future, because we don't plan on stopping.
Yeah.
So help us grow. We so appreciate it, and we love doing these give backs. It brings so much joy to our heart.
Yes, it does.
It really does.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. We love you guys. I hope this video is not in slow-mo.
For real.
All right, we will catch you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.